the Orlando Amateur Radio Club hosted the 68th annual Orlando Hamcation at the Central Florida Fairgrounds in Orlando, Florida on February 7th, 8th, and 9th, 2014, one of the premier ham radio events of the Southeast. As you can see on Friday, the weather was a bit gloomy, but as we all know, weather has never stopped a ham from going to a ham fest. As always, there was always a line to get in on the first day. The ability to be one of the first ones through the door to get your hands on the best deal, as far as anybody knows. This year was especially true for being in the centennial for the ARRL. For the few lucky ones, this was also true to be able to get that limited edition coin in celebration of the 100th anniversary of the ARRL. It was fast and furious to get to the front of the table, but once this was done, it was on with the show. Many of the vendors that we see on the web and in stores were there to show their goods and services. One of the best parts of any major ham fest is the ability to be able to touch and see all the stuff we wish for that ultimate ham shack we all dream of, as well as be able to talk to the reps face to face with any questions that we don't feel like talking to on the web. Many of the suppliers for the amateur radio community were also there. With renewed interest in kit building, a newcomer has come on the scene. Nightfire Electronics has a good selection of kits available for those that are new to ham radio and are interested in learning how to solder, along with the idea of, hey, I built that myself. A couple of some bragging rights to go with that. For those interested in the classics, there was a good selection of boat anchors, Humberland, Collins, Helicrafters, and a couple of old Zenith radios that were for sale. Even though the weather was not the best, many of the hams were set up and out in the tailgate area for sale. Also, along one of the many highlights for this year's hamcation was a special event station set up in commemoration of the centennial for the ARRL, W1AW/4. Two stations were set up. One was in the main hall for those that wanted to operate. It was available and it was working on 40 meters. There was also a station set up in the back of the fairgrounds that was operating on 20 meters for the duration of the hamcation. All in all, with the weather not being as favorable as it could be, it was still a great hamfest, as related to me by Peter, AI4KM, chairman of the hamfest. We are already planning for next year's hamcation. For additional information on the Orlando Hamcation, you can go to the club's website at hamcation.com. For information about the Orlando Amateur Radio Club, you can visit them on the web also at oarc.org. And finally, I would like to take a moment to wish all the members of the Orlando Amateur Radio Club for a great hamcation. For Ham Nation from the Orlando Hamcation 2014, this is Kevin, KC7FPF. Thanks for watching 73s.